professional.
Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays, a podcast by friends for our friends. I can't speak, and I'm doing the intro. Wow. Today I'm here with Margot.
Hi.
And Adam.
Hello.
I just sprung that on you guys. We were talking about sports, and that's what this episode is about.
Yeah, we're a sports cast now. We're just a bunch of sports lovers. Who know?
I had a hot take 30 seconds ago, and
I think you
then
mean
they
a
were
wrong
like,
take.
To our core.
I said that basketball is boring.
I think that basketball is one of the only tolerable sports to watch. Like, I think it is the most interesting.
I do not watch very much basketball, but I do think it's good. But I think it's too easy. Professional basketball, too easy. I think there should be some kind of handicaps to make it more competitive.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Forward. Okay. See, the way you said it, you said basketball sucks. I want
but
the
then I
audience to know
clarified
Adam said
professional
basketball sucks.
But you got to have the incitive statement to
Of
really
course,
get
you
them
got
going,
me.
and then you bring them in with the like, well, but now let's have a discussion about how professional basketball could be improved.
And
let's. I can actually agree with Adam on that because like it is so hard to like judge how basketball is going to be like in a season because you will have like the handicaps are that your players are old and they get injured, and so like you have a really great team,
if you ask.
But none of them can all play together because this person's injured for 6 weeks, and so you have these amazing players, but they can't face off against each other.
What kind of things? Okay, well, first of all, have you guys seen that trick team? Is it the
Globetrotters?
The Globetrotters?
Yeah, they're fun. I think what? Should I not call them a trick team?
No, that's fine.
Productive.
Yeah. I just can't wait to hear what you're gonna say.
I think we should have more stuff like that in professional basketball, in the sense of like there should be a little trickery at foot. Like that,
I do like the idea of it going like full wrestling, where it's like there's gimmicks, they're pulling trampolines out, they're kidnapping LeBron James. Is he playing where I don't even know, but they just do like wild stuff to make like each team is allowed a certain amount of shenanigans. Let's say 10, and they can do whatever they want with those shenanigans, and people can't stop them. It's just their creativity, unless something goes too far.
You can use one of your shenanigans to stop a shenanigan, too. Like that's fair. But like double dribbling, I feel like should be okay if you do it in a cool way. You know, traveling also fair if it's done cool, but not like for long lengths of time. But it's just like in the way that they'll do like, oh, I'm dribbling over here. Oh, you thought I was dribbling over there? I've been dribbling over here the whole time. Like that kind of thing. It's great. I think there should be more trickery.
I like the idea of, in like card games, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering type card games.
Love it. I'm on board.
Where you'll do something and it'll be like, and the playing field is changed, and it like sets some kind of new rule basically for the game.
You activated my trap card.
I think shenanigans should be like that. It's like all of a sudden you can't stand up. You have to play on your knees now. Or like now there's 30 basketballs at once. Figure it out.
Only one of them is not an illusion.
There's 30 brown basketballs, but only one orange.
One of them is like code names. It's like the death one that like if you touch that one, you lose.
That's really good. There's 30 basketballs. One is the death and one is real. And when they shoot, there's sensors in the hoop that determine which is the real one. So they just have to like scramble and try to dunk them and do whatever their basketball shenanigans. But maybe one of them just kills the player. They're
I thought like an insta loss or something, or like the other team gets like 3 points.
No, because the other
you don't have to kill people.
I feel insta loss is so boring. I feel like Quidditch is perhaps the most boring sport. Not like the one that people like play in real life, but like
the
actual
version, terrible.
Yeah, I love the idea.
Like you catch the thing and it's over, right?
Yeah, there's like a Tumblr post that's like, imagine you're at a basketball game and then the announcer comes over and is like, oh, the janitor caught the frog out in the parking lot, therefore the game is over and the team wins.
Honestly, that would suck. I do think maybe the idea of having, like not to go into our football idea of, like, a three-team thing. I don't mean a three-team thing. I just mean, like, a separate little area attached to the court where, like, they're playing a game of horse, with, like, crazy trick shots, and whoever whichever team gets, like, you know, the win there can add an element into the
You
big game,
you know, in, like,
like, side.
platformer games like Mario, you can uncover, like, secret hidden levels
Yeah,
that are just, like, a ton of
Mhm.
coins. What if it was like that, where it's like, "Oh, no, they performed the maneuver. We go to this other smaller basketball court where they
yeah,
play a game of knockout for
yeah.
30 points."
I love that. I love that so much. Um, yeah, I think, at one point, both nets get put all the way down, and the only way that you can score a point is if you kind of, like, leapfrog over it while shooting the basketball into the hoop. Um,
What if it gets flipped? So instead of the hoops on either end of the court, now they're in the middle and it
ooh,
happens around. So like
that's
if you steal, they could just loop around and dunk. So now you're like really fighting over it in the middle.
yeah, like a much shorter court.
I
Um
like the idea of they just put random hoops around like the stadium and they're all worth different amounts of points.
That's good. That's, like, strategic too.
Yeah.
Like, this one's gonna be guarded less because it's worth fewer points, but that means we could score more often in it.
You might hit a fan,
You
but
might
you also might score 5 points.
yeah. This will fall into the tuba of the school band, but, like, it'll be worth it.
I think the mascots should be wild card Joker-esque characters who
Ooh,
their only job is to sabotage the other team by any means necessary.
Oh yeah.
So you
the
have, like, Benny
mascot
the
can
Bull
dance
with
with
a
one player from
T-shirt
anyone.
bazooka, like, hunting down players who are
I love this. I think this is great. Um Yeah, okay, what's something though just to not be too elitist to the world of professional basketball only, what's something that we could change in all levels of basketball?
If someone gets fouled too many times, instead of being taken out of the game, what should actually happen is they get put in like a hamster ball thing, and they just have to play the rest of the game like that.
That's
That's
really
great.
good.
That's really good. I love that. Okay, well, we've solved basketball. Um,
That's so good.
I love that. Um,
I think the stadium should be booby trapped. There should be random trapdoors.
okay. What would they call it too?
It'll be like dribbling, 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 and then the ball just goes through the court, and they look up, and then the whole thing falls, and they splash. And then
Dang.
the announcer goes like, "Is that the pit of snakes or the pit of sharks? Guess we'll find out after this commercial break."
Oh my god. Yeah, I can see that. Um, hmm. I think uh I'm a little bored by the toss at the beginning of the game, like to determine which way it goes first. I think we could have more fun with that. Because it's always just like, you know, either height or like speed, which like that's all sports. That's not unique.
They play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and whoever wins gets the
Yes.
ball. And whatever like fancy monster, I don't remember exactly how Yu-Gi-Oh works, but whatever like fancy monster they summon is now a player on the other team. And so they get a guy
My
like in
blue eyes
costume.
white dragon. I had a Yu-Gi-Oh phase like a couple years back. And I was big into Exodia. And
When
I
I was on
do
my vacation, I watched some of the Yu-Gi-Oh show, not the
Mhm.
original one, but the one when they're on bikes and doing like
Oh.
motorcycle duels.
that's
Just
incredible.
the maximum level of cheesiness. It's the best.
Mhm.
Oh man, 10 out of 10. Um, yeah, I do think Yu-Gi-Oh could be incorporated into more sports for sure.
The serious lack of Yu-Gi-Oh in sports.
I know I've talked about it before, but chess boxing, like where you play a game of chess and like fight someone like very quick rapid like fire. Like so you like go, you each take a move, and then you go and you punch each other for a little bit, and then you go and you each take a move and you go and punch each other for a little bit. And it's like so fast, and it's supposed to be this thing that engages both your mind and body. And what I'm saying is I think Yu-Gi-Oh is equivalent to the thought that you're
it engages your mind. The in-depth strategies.
The same way that centuries old chess does. Yeah.
Part of the team's budget goes to purchasing rare, powerful cards.
Yeah.
It'll be like, instead of the draft being like, oh, can you believe they drafted this player? It's like, can you believe they got all the limbs of Exodia? This is
my God.
huge.
Game over, man. Oh, God.
I'd watch it. This is great.
Maybe we should take something from Quidditch, and it's like, during the game, one of the players on the court can go around the stadium, and there's like a hidden golden ball. And if they bring that ball back to the court and get a hoop, that's like 10 points.
I do think that's nice.
And they keep like cutting in between like the players.
Yeah.
we got a good lead.
Yeah.
Whatever. I literally know no other basketball players other than LeBron James. So it's like, LeBron James, we don't need you right now. So go on a scavenger hunt for the whatever and come back.
Do you think that every time it should be filmed like Noir though? Like I think he should be like
it's a whole role play scenario. It's like he like exits the stadium and there's like a concession stand worker who's dead, and he has to solve the mystery within the time limit in order to get the points.
And that'll lead him to the golden basketball. It's pretty much fixed.
LeBron would still find a way to be good at this.
Yeah. And no, like that's the thing is like it's not like an instant win or anything like that, but it is just such an advantage. And the smarter you are, the better,
Gotta do a side quest.
Yeah.
There should be a B plot to basketball.
Exactly.
There should be.
And like every time they're like, time out, then like we can cut over and see what they're doing.
There should be plot, but just all wrestling stuff. Plot,
a deep romance,
backstory, romance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think they should get equal parts timeouts and shenanigans.
Cool. I like that. Yeah.
They get timeouts. They get one special timeout to plan a complicated shenanigan.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
I would also like, maybe there's like a random event wheel that happens.
Oh, when you get to a certain point number, like the moment anyone breaks past 20 points,
it should be audience participation.
Like, maybe like that's one of the things.
And then you trigger a new event.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, United Center in Chicago, what are you doing? You could have an event wheel. It would drive sales.
Just like 2 random audience members have to play for like both teams, which is such a gamble.
That would be really
get,
funny.
Like a kid.
Yeah.
Or like a 8-year-old man.
Yeah. And like, ooh, that could be fun, especially for the like scavenger hunt purpose. Like maybe
it should be a like 2 random audience members play, but the team, the basketball actual team players have to switch places. So they like, you've been selected, and then they switch, and then LeBron James goes back out into the stands with like a little kid propeller hat, and now he's on the cam of like lookalike of LeBron James.
And he's like, yeah, I think I kind of do look like him. It's so flattering.
And the kids balling up on the court.
Oh my God. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I think we should also incorporate the Quidditch aspect of the beaters with the bats of just like
you just want to beat people up.
I think it adds an element of danger, which is lacking.
Okay.
As they pass the ball around, someone can just take a baseball bat and smack it out of the park.
That's really funny. Okay, so something that is in Dungeons and Daddies. At some point they make a joke about windy basketball. And what if there was some wind? You guys are from the Windy City.
That could be one of the events in the stadium. All of a sudden, there's big gusts of wind.
There's just hurricane level winds.
I would like if each stadium has like a themed event.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And, like, you get a little home court
Florida
advantage because
releases
you've practiced with the
live gators
Gators,
on
but, like oh my god, guys.
Yeah,
Guys.
and the Bulls are ready for the win because they're in the Windy City, so
Yeah, they
they're
know
like, "We
wind.
got
They're from
this."
Chicago. Like, when I first, went to Illinois, I had cute skirts, and I was so excited because I love wearing cute skirts, and then I had to quickly learn that, "Oh, I need to buy basketball shorts because cute skirts don't happen in Illinois because it's too windy for cute
I mean,
skirts."
the whole Midwest is pretty windy.
Skirt.
Yeah.
Weights, which is a whole different story. They're kinda crazy. But
Skirt weights, like, to keep
yeah, you
the
kinda
fat
put little
off.
magnets on the bottom of your skirt so that it, like, stays down in the
It would
wind.
really
Cool,
suck if
actually.
you like walk next to a fridge.
Yeah, and then it's kinda pointless. Everyone sees your little butt. But I think we fixed basketball. To
I
challenge
like the
us
themed events things.
I do, yeah,
Mhm.
and, like
Washington Wizards, you have to play Magic in the middle of the match. Lakers, the stadium like fills up with water.
You're just
guys,
playing
and,
water
like,
polo now.
to be little businessmen, that's a great opportunity for sponsorships. Like,
Yeah,
Wizards of the Coast is gonna pay for your basketball game? Yeah. Like, Georgia, whatever their team is, like, Coke
The
from there?
Hawks.
Sure. Like, you just have to, like,
they
chug a
have
bunch of
trained
Coke.
hawks, which they throw things up in the air, and the hawks catch them, that's points.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If the Hawk scores the basketball for you, extra.
Utah Jazz, a little jazz battle.
Oh my
Ooh, battle
god.
of the bands?
Like a
That's so
saxophone
good.
off in the middle of the game? Yes, please, that's halftime. Like, that's great. That's so good.
The Miami Heat, the court just bursts into flames.
Yeah,
The Phoenix
yeah.
Suns.
They bring the sun down from the sky, and they see how long you can deal with that.
The court just turns white, like you just can't see.
Yeah. You have to constantly, put on sunscreen. Like, you can never stop putting on sunscreen so long as you're playing. Even when you're dribbling, you have to be putting on sunscreen. What
Milwaukee
are
Bucks, you have to start wearing. All the players have to wear horns.
Oh, that's good.
They
There's
accidentally get stuck on each other.
The
there's
Lakers, you have to swim in a lake.
there's the Sacramento Kings. I think it should just suddenly turn into Game of Thrones with an
Mm,
in-depth political intrigue
yeah,
plot about who is the
yeah,
rightful king of the basketball court.
yeah.
Or it just turns into like play like live action chess.
Oh my god, that's how you get the basketball across, is trying to get your player across a chessboard. That's how
Mhm.
it advances. Ooh, and if it gets taken, then the ball gets taken. Ooh, guys, that's fun. That can make chess more fun too. Um,
San Antonio Spurs, it's one of those mechanical bulls in a bar burst in the middle of the field, and now they have to ride it for however
anytime
long and
you
they get points.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's great. Um,
The Houston Rockets, they have to murder
you have to
Elon
go
Musk
to space?
personally.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
I was gonna say it's like one of those like little kid
Put his
things where they have to
severed
like make
head.
a rocket in 5 minutes.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
fun.
that's pretty good
See
That
who's
too.
is
gonna
good.
farthest.
I do like that. Um
Minnesota Timberwolves, just live wolves have released into the field.
Whoever can befriend a wolf first gets 10 points. Um,
So fun, brief interlude, because you call wolves woofs. Do you do that intentionally, or is that just a language quirk?
I do.
Yes.
It's not intentional. I feel weird going wolves. Wolves? Wolves.
Okay.
Wolves.
I thought you did it intentionally, but I learned recently that that's like a language thing some people do.
Yeah.
That some people just say wolves, woof.
I don't say
Woof.
woofs, not with an F. It's just not with the L. So it's wolves,
Oh,
like
wolves.
no L,
Okay.
but with a V for sure.
My
Like woven
coworker's
or
mom
woven.
just says woof with
If I was saying one wolf,
WOO,
one wolf, one
but
wolf,
woofs with FS.
yeah. I'm definitely a VS kind of person for plural, but I could see myself saying, "Oh, look at that wolf." I wouldn't do that like intentionally either, but if I was speaking real fast, I probably would drop the L.
All right.
Uh,
I thought you just did it for fun. But
No, it's the one like the only time I've ever been able to correct something like that is folks, because I, Southerner, I'll say folks like Noel.
yeah.
But then I got dinged for that at a speech and debate tournament in Pennsylvania because they're a little more proper than the South, technically speaking. And I mean, very technically, not practically. It's pretty much the same vibe. But like I said, folks, and they were like, actually, it should be folks. It has an L in it. And so I was doing that
The
piece like
14-year-old
all
debate
year
kid pushes
long.
up their glasses, they go white like an
No,
anime,
it's
and you are
parent volunteers.
devastated and lose a bunch of points.
Parent volunteers are the ones judging typically, or like college
Jeez.
students. And
So rude.
I was like a sophomore in high school and I got they put like minus I forget how many points on it, like whatever event I was doing. But yeah, it was like really rude. And I was like, okay, fine. And I'm doing this piece all year because you pick one piece for the year unless you're doing impromptu. And so it was just like, okay, fine. I'll say folks all year. And so now I say folks. And I resent it a little. But alrighty, folks,
Oh,
let's
one more
do.
thing about basketball, just is that Colorado's basketball team is the Denver Nuggets, which I think is fun.
You have to have
Yeah.
a mukbang in the middle of.
Yeah, I was either gonna be like, it's either a competitive bake-off or an eating contest. Eat as many chicken nuggets as you can in 3 minutes.
It's both. Screw halves. We go back into quarters, and you do like after the first quarter, there's a bake off, and after like the third quarter is the eating competition of what was baked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. This one I think is really easy. Golf. Make it mini. It's better mini.
Mini golf.
We've already
Not
fixed
professional.
golf. Like, it's better mini.
That's fair. Give me all the windmills and
Yeah.
mechanical
Really
creatures that you hit the
Yeah.
ball through.
I would love like a golf course to have like a miniature village. Like a massive miniature village in
That's
it. So you feel
cool.
like a giant.
That's really fun.
Like golfing on the countryside. That'd be fun. That's what I would like. Is keep golf the same, but add like more like random things. Add a giant windmill to the middle of the course.
Oh, you do have to go through it, even
Yeah.
when you're like hitting from far away. In Kim Possible, you have the evil guy whose golf balls explode. That's pretty
Ooh.
fun. Just have some minor explosions throughout the game. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like golf is like not that we didn't totally change basketball, but I'm like, you have to totally change golf. Or
Yeah,
just
I don't know how to keep. I feel like
Here's
we
what we
kept the
do.
existing spirit of basketball and just add a bunch of fun.
I think so.
But golf is such a lazy sport. Not a lazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be offensive to someone. It's like more of a
A
chill
good walk
vibe.
spoiled. Yeah.
Here's what's great about golf: you can drink and drive.
Okay.
But to
So
expand on that further, between each hole, there's like a little go-kart track. So it's like you and another person, whoever you're golfing with. Because like part of the fun in golfing is the golf, but the other part is riding around in a little golf cart.
yeah.
And so you've got like a little like mini track. And so you get points based on whoever finishes first on the go-kart track.
Yeah, and it's full-blown Mario Kart, but
Yeah.
you're drunk and it's real and you could actually get hurt. I love that.
Yeah. That's what golf needs. Danger.
Yeah, honestly. Like football is an extreme, right? Where everyone's like, maybe we shouldn't actually be doing that due to the brain damage, right? But like there's more like dangerous things. Not like more than football, but like than golf for sure. Golf is like the safest sport you could possibly play. What are you gonna get? Like carpal tunnel? I can get that from sitting and typing. Like it's not that dangerous. I'm sure there's actually like golf injuries that I just don't know about.
They should add more hazards to the courses as well.
Yes.
Sort of like mini golf, like where you have like the added things.
Yeah.
But also like I remember when I was golfing once when I was little, I went golfing with my grandpa and we went on like an off day. We were the only people on the course. And they sort of forgot we were out there. So they turned the sprinklers on us.
That's more fun.
Yeah. And so it's like, oh no, I accidentally hit my golf ball into the sprinkler area.
Ooh, fun. Yeah.
Now you gotta like go through a little rainforest to go and hit it.
I love that. I think that's really fun. I think we should put baby oil on the golf clubs so that they're really slippery.
They just hit and the thing goes flying.
Yeah.
I think also we should add shenanigans too, where it's like
on board.
Because like maybe like you and another person, you've got your golf cart. The person like goes and hits the ball, but then you can go with like a little bucket of balls and go to their golf ball first, drop the bucket, and then they have to find which golf ball is theirs.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
I like incorporating everything we just said about basketball. I think could easily apply, like our secret, extra special big point stage. You could do that of like there's a secret hole that if you hit in, that's like 80 points. Wait, no, negative points because you want less points in golf.
Yeah, you want less points.
You lose points from it.
I think that's fair. I think maybe riddles. Because I'm trying to think, like, it can't be too, like, crazy, you know?
True. I guess we want to keep the chill vibes of golf.
Yeah, but just make them better. And like you know, like I said, I really do think mini golf is just already improved golf. But like, I think riddles. I think like in order to get like to putting your thing into the hole, like you have to solve my riddles 3.
Between holes, there is a bridge troll, a sphinx. It's like you gotta answer my riddles.
And if you don't answer them correctly, like your ball is just going in the lake, or it's like in the sand, or like whatever little pitfalls they have for you, and you have to get in there to get it out.
There should be a forbidden temple on the golf course.
I like it. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Where like it's almost like in pinball, where like sometimes like let's say you golf and then it like goes into the right and then it like hits the top of the forbidden temple and then gets taken by the forbidden temple. Sort of like in pinball, where it's like your ball like, gets hit somewhere and then you're on like the little like mini pinball thing in the machine. And it's like you got like a little side adventure.
Yeah.
And then you have to go into the forbidden temple, solve some puzzles, and that's like a little mini golf course in there. Then you gotta put it in.
I think that's really fun.
There should be branching stories.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. I think speed running is an easy thing, right? Like obviously like incorporating all of these things, but also still trying to speed run golf, because right now the only like winning factor is like your points, right? Like they don't really have like a like, ooh, he got it in like this many minutes.
They should do speed running, but also it's sort of like polo.
Okay.
You're going by horse and you're just
That's good. That's really good. Well, you can go by any type of steed, right? Like it could be just in your golf cart. It could be
motorcycle.
On a horse, motorcycle, a zebra, donkey, perhaps, camel for the sand pits.
Or is like a whole sand hole, and you go bust out your camels, and
that's good. Yeah, that's fun. I like that. Yeah.
I think we should incorporate some skeet shooting into golf, so your opponents can have guns to try to shoot your golf ball out of the air as you hit it.
You know, I like this because I do think golf is arguably, not to politicize everything, but the most Republican sport.
Yes. We court the NRA and they're like, hey, you're spending all this money at the Supreme Court. You could be spending your money on golf, untapped market.
Yeah. So there's got to be like a tea time element. I don't know why I'm like conflating Republican with like old money Connecticut, but that's what I'm doing.
I think that's accurate.
I think it's fair.
I think we should add new types of ways to hit the ball. And the first one that comes to mind is you build a trebuchet and punch the ball into the hole.
I love that. I do
get some math in it.
Yeah. I do think flipping the golf club over and using it as a pool cue.
Going 5 feet at a time.
I've definitely done that in real life while butting.
Yeah.
No.
It's just something you gotta try.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Let's see. I wrote down more sports than I think we'll actually be able to get through.
Golf does have a shenanigans rule.
What
If
is it?
you hit your opponent's ball, your opponent gets to hit your ball.
Ooh. So, Bump Fest. Like, if you're gonna in shuffleboard, right, where you have to come up with your rules of whether or not you're allowed to bump each other, depending on how cool your opponent is, then it's that whole thing where yeah, if I bump you, you can bump me, or we can bump each other with no repercussions until the final round, in which case no one can bump anyone, or whatever like that. I think that could be fun, coming up with more bump rules.
Yeah. That could be one of your steeds is a bumper cart.
Ooh, yeah, full blown bump. Oh my god.
It's just a furious bumper cart battle as you go to the next hole.
Because a water slide level.
Ooh, you slide down a big complicated slide to the end and have to run and hit the ball.
So something on mini golf courses that I love to look for is the cave hole, where they have a little tiny cave hole. However, for big scale golf, it has to be full blown spelunking. You have to fully go through a mountainside.
They hit it and they're into the cave. Looks like they're putting on their big mining hats with the lamps, and they have a canary with them and everything.
They have a tour guide for it just to make sure they don't get too lost. And they learn a little something while playing. Oh my god. That's great.
I like this too because if I can get on my soapbox, I'm very anti-golf because it wastes so much water.
It's bad.
So if you add cave elements, then you don't have to worry about watering your meticulously crafted grass.
Yeah. Same with the water slide one, because I assume you would have concrete around it to be able to build up the pipes. A desert hole. That one's just all sand. It's not a sand trap, it's all sand. Yeah, I think we could really, really help out global warming while also pandering towards the right. Okay, how about tennis? Did either of you play tennis?
Yeah. I play tennis.
Only for a week in PE.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is easily solved if you've seen the tennis episodes of Spy X Family.
I have
yeah.
Because it's all this. They have fancy tennis rackets which explode out. The racket bit explodes out, and then it's a whip. They have assassins shooting them in the middle of it with little pellets.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I think more espionage.
More espionage.
Yeah.
More brute force.
Yeah.
Shattering their tennis rackets with the thing. The floor moves.
Yeah, it's got tiles that sink a little bit to throw them off.
I like that. I do think adding in a bit of a tic-tac-toe element into the netting. So if you hit through a certain square of the net, you mark that, and you're trying to get a certain amount in a row.
Or you could do the squares on the court. So it's ooh, they've hit that square. What are they gonna do next?
Yeah. That'd be good. What are we gonna do for the queen? Because I just assume the queen is always watching tennis. I assume she's just always on the court side.
The queen?
I know she's sad, but we'll get other.
No, we'll dig up the existing queen.
She's been dead for over a year.
No, but I mean, we're gonna have more, and we need to respect that.
I don't think there's gonna be another queen for a while.
But
yeah, they seem like they had a lot of sons, so
yeah.
What about their wives, their sisters, their daughters?
They're not in line.
It doesn't matter. Okay, what about the royal women? What are we gonna do for them? Or the girls, but royal girls only.
I think they should get. Trying to think of my thought is magical, but they could have like one of those little opera glass things, and if they like glare disapprovingly at a player, it imposes a disadvantage.
I love that. See, this is what I was thinking is I'm like, it's gotta be something a little bratty because like ultimately the royal family, the monarchy is like not a great thing, and they're probably not going to like, want everything to be fair. So I do think they should either be able to give the team they like better an advantage or the team they like less a disadvantage. Or both.
I like it.
Yeah, that could be fun. I do like
to expand on Adam's idea. It's like they have a lighthouse, like light that they can point at the court.
The queen is operating a spotlight.
Yeah,
the
watchful eye of the queen.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Oh, and then okay, if you ever run into the queen's spotlight, then every one of the queen's guard is gonna try to kill you. So you need to also be fighting off guards.
She just lets loose her corgis every so often, and they chase the ball.
That's good. That's really good. But if you dare touch them, you will also be murdered.
Hurt the corgis in any way, my snipers will shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair. I think the court should move.
How so? Like a Smash Brothers stage?
No, I'm thinking either it's one big giant treadmill that like you constantly have to be moving on it, or it's kind of wavy. And the treadmill seems more doable practically, but I don't know, Ryan, you're the electrical engineer. How could I make floor waves?
I don't know. Give me a weekend.
Okay, cool. Yeah, answer me on that one. Yeah, because I'm thinking that would just add a little thing. I think tennis people like you kind of know what you're doing. You're gonna shuffle a little bit to the side, a little forward, a little back, but you're not really, going crazy. It's a very controlled game.
I don't know. Singles very tiring.
I'm thinking doubles.
Doubles a little bit less so for sure. But
like it's a smaller court, so I think we need to make it a worse court, and that you always have to be moving on it so you don't fall.
Maybe they should make it like 4 square, because isn't there like 4 squares on each side?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
You should have 4 people, and they can only move in their squares. I know it's sort of like 2 people. They have to stay in their squares, but...
No, but, like, I think the rotating system of 4 squares, so, like, tennis teams are now no longer, like, 2 people, it's, like, 8, and you're, like, if anyone gets kicked out for whatever reason, like, you take the peasant's place and everyone moves up. I think that could be fun. Yeah. I don't know. Did you guys have any, like, crazy 4 square rules?
Absolutely, and I don't remember any of them.
I'm on the same page. I'm like, I know I did, but what
Yeah,
were
absolutely.
they?
There was a bunch of like nonsense BS stuff that you can do, and I remember nothing.
One of the ones we did was Pac-Man, where like...
Yes, we did that too.
That was a good one.
What is that?
Along the lines.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. It was the best. I was like, this is almost better than the real game. Let's just do this all the time.
Have you guys ever played, is it like 9 square or 9 ball?
No.
Okay, so it's sort of like 4 square, except there's like a rig for it.
Okay.
It's like a PVC pipe rig where it's like you've got 9 squares above you.
Yes,
like
I have actually. I have played that.
It might have a different name.
Wait, above you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like volleyball. And that's like what you're doing, is it's like this apparatus above, and each person's in a square.
That's so fun.
And your goal is to like get to the middle, and like you sort of move in a spiral to the middle.
That's neat. Well, speaking of volleyball, How do we fix volleyball?
Trapdoors.
Yeah, for sure. It would just make every sport better. And especially hidden under the sand.
If
Easy.
you get a point while kicking it, you get 2 points.
Oh.
I've seen some, like, fancy I don't know what it's called, but it's almost like ping pong, table tennis, but it's with a soccer ball and you're kicking it, and it's really impressive. So incorporating that of, like, if you can do some crazy off the wall bicycle kick spike, that's, like, 5 points.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the fancier the kick.
Mhm.
Or hit, rather,
The more
depending.
elaborate there's, like, a different system of judges who all do the, like,
The
diving
10s?
scores.
Yeah.
And the
Ooh, and that
better it
gets
is, the
factored
higher the
in.
point value is.
That's so good. That's really fun. I think you should have people on either side of the net who, like, have a mini game of their own that determines whether or not they can raise or lower the net, um, so that the net's constantly moving in
Yu-Gi
height. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! They played Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god. Yu-Gi-Oh's really the
You've
solution to making
activated
this
the draft
sport.
card. The
Yeah,
net goes up right as you go to block.
exactly. That'd be fun. Um, I don't know. Volleyball is one that I've just, like, never gotten into.
Really? I
Um,
love
Beach
volleyball. It's so fun to
volleyball
watch.
is like the sexiest of the sports. So what
right.
we need to
Ooh,
do is
sex
set
sells.
volleyball in like the dead of winter
Oh, I thought you were
and
gonna
make
say
it
make it sexier. So you wanna make
Make
it
it
oh
less
sexier.
sexy.
yes.
Okay.
Have it
Huh.
like be in the middle of like a snowstorm.
Hmm. So you're taking away the one good thing about
Honestly,
volleyball.
I do like the
Yeah.
idea of beach volleyball, except it's in the snow.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause snow grabs onto you more than sand does,
Yeah,
right? Like, you can walk on sand
Mhm.
easy. Like,
Makes it harder.
it's true.
yeah.
I hear you. They at least need to be, like, cute parkas, though, for the uniform. Um, but, yeah, I like that. Um, then with it being snow, uh, there's one person at the back of your side that has to build a snowman. And if it ever gets like knocked over by the volleyball, like the other team gets extra points. So you got to try to protect the snowman.
You're incentivized to throw snowballs at each other. So
Yeah.
you why you, like, hit it over, the other person's, like, scrambling to get a snowball and whip it at the other team to mess them up.
Mhm. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the quick fix is make it winter.
Mhm.
Okay.
Everything you love about sand volleyball.
Gone.
Gone. It's what you like about sand volleyball. The volleyball part, the sand part.
It's
Never
no
fear.
longer here. Oh my
Now it's a
god.
snowball fight with a volleyball on the side.
I have left on my list baseball and soccer, which I think could take a while, bare minimum at least for baseball. So I want to try to do like quick fixes. Like we
Okay.
have to do like an elevator pitch of a fix to Mr. Baseball. Um, how do we fix it?
Every time someone scores, it becomes a different game.
Mm, like
So they score and then now they're playing football.
mhm, mhm. I think the left field should actually matter. We should find a way to make that actually matter.
But
The left field? Do you mean the right field?
Whatever the one where you put the kids who don't know how
The
to
right
catch.
field.
Oh, then right field. Right field should actually matter. Yeah. Like we need to figure out
Right
a
field
way.
has veto power. If it
Yeah, that's fair.
goes
Like the shittiest person on the team has like
if
an
there's
actual
a
role.
home run, they have a one-time use veto to be like, "No."
Yeah, I love that. They're
But it
playing a
counts as
game
a
of
penalty.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And they
It's
have
a if they
to
win the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In right field, they get veto power.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Uh, okay, the mascot should be incorporated more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
The Bat Boys, they should be more fun.
And they should be dressed as Batman.
Absolutely, easily, and they should, like, zip line down to
Oh,
grab
yeah.
it, and then zip line back up, because they gotta be in and out.
Yes, in and
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
They throw a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
They already made a lot of changes to baseball
Yeah,
to
they
make it
have.
quicker, so
Yeah, but, like, not more fun. Um, okay, soccer. Um,
Perfect as is. No need to change anything.
I disagree.
I
Um,
actually think there's something for to me, like I played soccer, so obviously I love soccer. But for somehow I've always found soccer to be weirdly fun to watch. I'm like, this seems like it should be boring when there's actually not a ton of action. You're just kind of
yeah.
passing back and forth in like isolated pockets, but somehow it's just so fascinating.
So I have the reverse. I love basketball because people are constantly scoring. It
Mhm.
can go like back and forth many times in a game. Soccer can end in a 0-0 tie.
I'm right there with Ryan. It's like it's so boring as is. Like it's like, did anything actually happen that game? Not really. um,
I like
No ties. We get rid
no
of
ties. Yeah,
ties.
for sure, no ties. That's got to be a fix, at least.
We'll have like random event things from
yes, I've seen the
basketball.
events as well. All of a sudden, you can totally touch the ball with your hands as much as you want.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's like kind of like a musical chairs element. So
Hot
like
potato element.
yeah, okay, wait, so it's both.
That's what
It's
fits me.
musical chairs and hot potatoes. So you can touch the ball with your hands, but if the music stops and you have it in your hands, red card. You're out. Like you just
I like it.
like so
And we
you
take
can try
another
to get
thing
it.
from basketball where you're back in the hamster ball if you get a red
Yeah,
card.
yeah, I like that a lot. Oh my god. I think every now and then the field should get a lot shorter. So the goals should be on like movable things that'll come in and out. Um, yeah, just for fun. I don't know what that would do for the game, but I think it'd be fun. The goalie just kind of gets swooped up in it, like it's like it's truly a
It
net.
just
Yeah. Um,
random tennis nets will pop up in the field as blockades.
oh, I do like
Yeah.
that. Tripwires.
You have to do some hurdles and kick the ball over it.
Ooh, actually, I love incorporating, like, track and field into it. You have to throw a javelin, for what? I don't know.
At the ball.
Yeah,
You
throw
can
a javelin
javelin
at
the
the ball.
ball.
Yeah, you get a point that way. And, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know how, but it's gotta be in there.
Yeah.
I think there should be a dramatic element because soccer players are known for dramatically faking injuries.
That's
So I
true,
think there should
yeah.
just be like if you can pull off a full scale production of Macbeth, then you
Yeah.
get 5 points.
Actually, yeah, every team at some point throughout the game has to incorporate, like, a flash mob or, like, a full-blown,
Ooh.
like, dramatic monologue from Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And so, like, that like, that has to happen throughout the game, I think, um, in order to start getting points. Like, no scores that you make count until you've done your production element, which will force them to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lean into those acting chops.
Yeah, fun with it.
Like they're
Alright.
trying to break away and racing to the goal, and it's like, is he gonna finish the monologue in time? I don't know.
He's so good. Alrighty, what rain on y'all's parades?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'll start with a sunny one. We had like little remnants from the hurricane this past weekend, which like I like where I'm at, I never actually get like the storm itself. You just get like a really rainy like 3 or 4 days. It's lovely. And so that's been going on. And I made pumpkin brownies, which
Ooh,
were so good.
that sounds
Um,
delicious.
yeah.
Nice.
And then garlic soup, which sounds weird at first, but it's like French onion soup, but garlic. And it's so good. It was really, really tasty. So a very nice like little food weekend, like very cozy.
Nice.
Yeah. And I convinced people to play Dead of Winter with me, which is my goal in life. Oh man. But you guys.
I don't know. I'll do a side thing. I only had to work like 2.5 days last week.
Lovely.
Because I was ahead on hours.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Very fun. Yeah.
It's very nice. It's nice when like your week is like you just get to like leave Wednesday at noon.
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's very nice.
That reminds me of like the week of school before a holiday kind of thing. And it's just vibes. It's a fake week. Like I love it. What about you, Adam?
I don't know. I can really think of nothing, but I guess there's been some major legislative changes in Illinois that were recently implemented, and my division, it went really well, and people were like, "Wow, you just did a good job preparing us." So
good,
nice.
Yeah,
I guess
very good.
I don't know how much credit I can really take, but
all of it. That was all you
complimenting me. So nice to be appreciated.
Yeah, very. Alrighty, well, hit up your local sports teams and just tell them that they could be better. Because right now they're not. And we just fixed all the sports. Can't think of any others. So
how are you gonna help the Chicago Bears win, Margot?
Again, you asked me this before we started, and I think they need to kill the Cubs. I think they need to, like, full blown. There can be only one.
There should be a siege of Wrigley Stadium.
There's too many bear-related teams, and I don't understand which one is which. I don't think they're for the same thing, and so it's like,
Just wait till you hear about the Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, that's fine because it's a totally different space. It's Chicago Cubs, Chicago Bears. No. Like, unless like the Cubs is like a college team version of what the Bears are, then I'm just not for it. I think we need to get rid of it, and I think that would really boost morale, which would help us win. That's all I got for you. That's what anyone say.
Bye.
Bye.